Rival House Network.
And don't like the brags, I don't like the boast. They like hot butter on the breakfast toast. Watching flicks, talking chicks, I like to motorboat. Can Riverman make it, yo, a check? Nope. So look at all these movies I got. Commenting like, should we watch them or not? And I know they just be acting for cash, but I still got one question to ask. Like, why'd he do that, do that, do that? If that was me, I'd be like, screw that, screw that, screw that. I'm an alpha, I'd eat through that, through that, through that. So why'd he do that, do that, do that?
What's up, everybody? BTM, here with the commentary, Zach and myself. Bear with me, I am fucking sick. Not as bad as yesterday. We're recording this a day late, so forgive us for that. But I'm going to try and not be so low T. I mean, Zach would argue I'm always low T anyway. Low energy.
Yeah. Fucking bad. Our boy here is very beta. Fucking see, I'm never sick. We never had to stop because I've been sick. It's always because Aaron or Mac are sick. Fucking, this is what it's like to have the chattest genes that just fucking the best, antibodies going and fucking swimming through my, through my semen, through my bloods, everything.
I don't get sick much, but no, it just hit me like a ton of bricks. It's like a flu, and I could not stop laying down. I was tired. I had body aches, and yesterday I could not. I mean, I'm actually walking around today, but it might be because I'm loaded with meds. And, I'm scared that if we waited too much longer to record this, I would start feeling like shit, like in a couple of hours. You know how it hits you hard early in the morning and hits you hard in the evening? Oh, yeah. I feel like this is prime. But, and my taste buds are all funked up. Like everything tastes weird. It's not like Rona.
Yeah, the COVID.
Well, they say your smell and your taste buds, you can't taste at all. Like I can taste, it's just everything tastes off. It's weird. I don't fucking know. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and get started. So the movie we're doing, I'll let Zach actually choose. Zach had an idea. What were you talking about? He had messaged me private. He's like, hey, you should choose a movie because I really liked how we did Midsummer is what he said, because I liked the friction.
Basically, I was like, think of what's it called? Bucket list movies that we always knew we got to talk about. Just in case the world ends, baby, and we never get to make it. We got to pick the movies we know like the back of our hand. Just as long as at least one of us knows the movie and can keep the fucking conversation on the movie and up to date and very chad.
So, but I was thinking you wanted it kind of like a Midsummer where you wanted that dynamic. I'm like, that's gonna be hard because I can't think of that many movies that I love and you absolutely fucking revile, or you know what I mean? Like that's kind of hard to find a Midsummer type of movie because I mean I don't feel that strongly about too many movies, whereas you would have the exact opposite opinion. But because like this movie we're doing, I mean it's not like a great movie.
Oh, it's an amazing film.
No, but it's a movie I think gets a bit of an unfair pass. I mean, everybody wants to shit on this movie. And I put out a hint online yesterday, here's a hint, here's a teaser of the movie we're doing. And I pasted a picture of the Golden Girls. We had some good guesses. Somebody did guess it correctly, but I think somebody guessed Deadpool, which would have been a good guess because I think Deadpool was obsessed with B. Arthur and that she's one of the Golden Girls.
Oh, I thought it was because all the Golden Girls are fucking dead now. I thought it was like one of those ironic jokes. Like, it's funny because they're all dead. Fucking Evil Dead, anything with the dead title in there would have worked really.
Yeah, that too. Somebody guessed just granny porn, which would have been totally fine as well. But no, we're doing Stop or My Mom Will Shoot, starring the late Estelle Getty with Sylvester Stallone.
Oh, dude! I just thought the speaking of granny porn, the fucking the mom fucking the porno MILF parody for this one would be "Stop, Mom, or I'm Gonna Shoot." Like fucking slow down! You're going too quick with very Chad.
Mom, or I'm gonna shoot. There you go. All right, so let's go ahead and start. There's a lot. I think there's stuff to talk about with this movie. It's a nice, easy watch. It's only like 90 minutes long, and there's some fun factoids about it. But at the end of the day, I'm a Stallone apologist. Is it a fantastic movie? Absolutely not. But it's definitely a movie of the times, right? It was definitely trying to copy a formula that was being recycled a lot during the day, and it's just not as.
It was at the height of the buddy cop movie, and it was like, let's make a buddy cop movie where the guy is partners with his mom.
Well, it's no different. Yeah, it's the unlikely pairing buddy cop movie, but it's no different than a cop gets paired with a kid, cop and a half, or a cop gets paired with a dog. In this case,
it's way different. Cop and a Half is a fucking classic.
But I'm saying now we got a cop is paired with his elderly mother. It's the same fucking shit, right? But anyway, let's go ahead and get it started. We're gonna go and get going in 3, 2, 1, play.
Oh yeah.
And I forgot to mention, I mean, obviously, if you're on Patreon and you're joining us when we do these, Zach always streams the movies in our private Discord. So that's one way to watch it, by helping us out there. But if not, this is actually on Tubi right now for ease of viewing. I don't know how you do a commentary. You'd follow along with us because there's commercials on Tubi, but
yeah, I got to keep the volume adjusted so that it's listenable. Because this I don't know if the DVD doesn't come with fucking subtitles, but this copy doesn't fucking have subtitles, and I couldn't find any. All the ones I could find were like out of sync and very like loud. So listen to this fucking dank ass little fucking fucking scatting over this fucking nice little fucking sounds like some Tom Waits shit going on, like fucking 15 years fucking going to the store with my mama.
Hey, look,
she's gonna be my partner now.
Does that count as the trend of the animated intros? It was kind of miniature. Didn't last very long, but it was kind of an animated intro. We talked about that with Ernest and the vacation movies, and that was a thing.
This movie would be better if it had an all Tom Waits fucking collaboration album fucking tie-in with the Sylvester Stallone, and they were just like scatting and fucking doing it, swinging this sweet poetry, baby. Very Chad.
So, had you seen this movie before when I picked it?
A long time ago, and I remember back then. I remember thinking like, yeah, I remember it being fine. Fucking, what's funny is back in the day, I remember on the BTM show before I was a part of it, back when Corey G was on. I remember you guys fucking talking about this movie, and you were the one that fucking Corey G and Riverman were defending the movie to. You seemed to think it was a shit file. So you must have watched it since then and grew to like it more.
I don't even remember that, but maybe. I mean, I've seen this movie a handful of times across my life, and there probably was a big gap.
3 writers. That's always a good sign. I said that because it's funny, because it's never a good sign, really. Like, this movie ain't bad.
3's not that bad, man. I've seen worse. Like, what was the one movie we did where I swear it had fucking 20 writers?
The guy who directed this movie's name was Andrew Spottiswoode. Fucking, that sounds like a Where's Waldo type of book where you gotta find his wood. Find his cock. It's somewhere in the picture. Like, he's got a bunch of pubic hairs. You gotta wade through find the cock. Spot his cock.
We got Rocky Balboa and knockoff Ernie Hudson here on a stakeout.
Right out of the gate, I am fucking loving this film. Fucking Ernie Hudson. Bootleg Ernie Hudson and fucking Sylvester Stallone. I'm here. I am right in the moment. Fucking, I'm here to ride this carpet ride. Fucking, they can take me anywhere they want to go on a journey into Storyland, if you will. I am fucking ready.
So I can pinpoint pretty much everybody in this movie from other shit you might know. Obviously, there's Ving Rhames right there. Put a cap in his ass.
Skinny boy here. What was that on the back of his neck? What the fuck?
Yeah, it is weird. Is that like a knot, a hair? Get medieval.
It looks like a disease.
That looks weird. I'm the cure.
Pretty sure you better go show the doctor.
Oh, yeah?
Fucking, that shit looks infected.
Reminds me of Cobra, man. If he's the disease, he's the cure. Did we ever do Cobra?
You think you popped that thing on the back of fucking Ving Rhames' neck and fucking squirt pudding?
Oh.
Fucking beautiful fucking curdled milk like pudding. You just fucking gargle that shit.
Isn't it kind of funny how Ving... Oh, by the way, this just seems like the most unlikely of drug cartel gangs. It's a bunch of middle-aged dads.
Mm-hmm.
Huh? The fuck was that?
Mac, he just showed up out of nowhere and said something in the background. Fucking hopefully he records or he's not going to be on the episode.
That was weird. Mac, you're welcome to join in, man. If you're recording.
Fucking, moving on, though. Very low T of, oh, look, he got his hand slammed in the door. You ever get that shit? You ever got your hand slammed in the door?
Yeah, but could you actually shut a door on your hand like that?
That's what I was saying. It looked like they fucking could have broken it his hand. They actually shut that shit. But yeah, I remember, I remember watching this. I was like, man, yeah, I remember getting my hand shut in the door. And then I thought about it. And I was like, do I? Or is it just fucking inserted into my mind? Because it's like, oh, everybody's done that. You've seen it so many times in media. What if no one's ever slammed the door? I got all paranoid. But I think I did. And I'm pretty sure it happened once and that was fucking it. You never do it again. Holy shit. That's no fun.
So why doesn't Ving Rhames get work anymore? I mean, the only thing you see him in is the Mission Impossible series, but he's lucky to have been grandfathered into that role. Because the first Mission Impossible came out in 95 when he was a little bit of a commodity coming off of Pulp Fiction, right? But aside from that, he doesn't really work, does he?
Fucking Ving Rhames, he's actually Riverman's favorite actor.
Riverman's got it against actors he hates Forrest Whitaker. That's who he fucking hates, man.
He hates Ving Rhames too. I remember him saying it all the time.
What do those two have in common? Does Riverman have some underlying issues he needs to get addressed?
Fucking he hates big black dudes with fucking lumps of pudding on the back of their neck, I think.
I think he gets it from his father.
Fucking I want to take that lump of pudding, fucking bust into it with a straw like a Capri Sun, just fucking down that shit.
So the concept of this movie is funny. It's widely documented when Stallone has been asked, about movies he regrets. This is the number one movie he mentions, and I think that's unfair.
Really?
Yeah, I think he's almost saying it in jest because there's no way he's done worse movies. Rhinestone's a worse movie. Oscar is a worse movie. Oscar was directed by our boy, the Kid Killer.
Fucking...
Come on, Kid Killer.
I don't know.
Kid Killer.
There's so many people.
Helicopter.
I'm really surprised there's not as many Kid Killers as you would think, because kids are really annoying sometimes.
American Werewolf.
Oh yeah, fucking
American Werewolf.
John Landis.
Oscar was directed by John Landis, and that came out I think early 90s. So that was after he done killed the kids. But before he fucking took me down a peg and was an asshole to me over the phone. But before that.
On the phone.
Yeah.
With the credit card company. Yeah. Very Chad. See, this is the mom from Poltergeist, right?
Oh. Is it? I knew her from somewhere. I think it could be.
She's in Poltergeist, and I couldn't place her unless she's the mom. And I always remember thinking, man, the mom in Poltergeist was a bab. What happened to her?
I don't know. I guess that is her. Stallone's got a fucking 5 head. His cranium is throbbing. See how it's
beautiful
bulging out of one side of his head? Like an alien brain?
I don't. It looks like a very normal size forehead to me.
Okay.
It does not look off at all to me.
But he likes to say, hey, this movie's shit and this is what he regrets. And maybe he's just got a personal history with it because I don't think the movie's that bad, but I think it's, if you're comparing it to doing shit like Rocky, maybe this comes off as lowbrow. I was just taking the paycheck doing the fucking K9 Cop and a Half movie, the Top Dog movie.
I could consider this movie bad if the standard is it doesn't hit all the Hollywood cliches hard, all the structure beats perfectly. But this is not necessarily a bad thing. Fucking
the movie makes me laugh. It's got some very cliche cringy dialogue. Especially out of Stallone and stuff. But Estelle Getty cracks me up. Even Stallone cracks me up. It's a comedy you can watch with your grandparents. You know what I mean? It really is. It's one of those movies.
There's a section coming up. It's the transition from second act to third act that I think could have had some tightening up. I don't know if editing or just script writing wise, but fucking other than that, it's not a terrible movie. It's fucking it exists, baby. It's something you could see on USA Up All Night or something.
So what happened was, and I think this is why he has a certain feeling towards this movie in particular, because back in this day and age, it was all the rage to do these fucking kind of gimmicky fucking movies, right? And he was in main competition with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like, who was king of the box office and who was these action? And Arnold Schwarzenegger had great success doing this with Kindergarten Cop and Twins, right? The gimmick movie. Let's take a big muscle-bound, unlikely star and let's put him in a comedy where he's basically just sort of, I don't know, just kind of make it, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't expect the Terminator to be a kindergarten teacher, right? Just shit like this. And so they were trying to get him to do this movie, and he's like, I'm not doing that stupid shit. But then they pulled that card saying, well, Arnold wants to do it. And he's like, fuck.
You know what? I just thought of that. Like, back in the day, Arnold had that interview where he's like, okay, he talked about Mr. Freeze. He's like, he's going to make the Terminator look like a babysitter. And then I just realized, like, eventually fucking the series went so far, like, jumped the shark, that they actually did have him as a babysitter in the newest movie. He was babysitting a family. Very Chad.
What?
Fucking, wasn't he like hanging out and taking care of a family? He was technically a babysitter.
Who?
The Terminator.
Oh yeah, kinda. There you go.
Fucking stay on track here, Aaron.
Well, I wasn't putting it together, but I guess he was taking care of a family. And
look at that beautiful yellow polka dot tie. It's very Chad.
You know, but anyway, so. That's what Stallone claims. Stallone claims they got him to do this movie because they were threatening, saying if he said no, Arnold was ready to do it. And he's like, well, fuck, you know, because Arnold Arnold had success doing this kind of stupid shit. And of course they were lying, and he did it anyway. And 100%, this movie's not as good as Twins or Kindergarten Cop. Those movies.
Oh, it's better. Stop lying. Quit playing modest.
But I'm saying it does make Stallone look like he's really trying to keep up with the Joneses and he's following in the footsteps of Arnold. But even, you know, he said that's the way it always was. He was saying, and not even Arnold doing it first. He even said, he's like, you know, I did Rambo, then he did Commando, right? And
they should have combined them. Rambo Commando would have been fucking amazing.
You know, and what was the other one? But there was other shit. But yeah, this is a case of him following in the footsteps of Arnold and it just not going as well for him. But I think it's a good movie.
Exactly.
I still get it.
So it starts out like fucking right out of the gate. She's fucking embarrassing him, irritating him. Like you remember that? Remember back in the day when you go back to school and somebody would be like, "Oh, I went to your," like I remember like a girl would be like, "Oh, I went to your aunt's house last night. Oh, she had a bunch of pictures. It was for fucking. It's like it was embarrassing as a kid, but as an adult, your mom showing just random strangers pictures of you in a diaper. Like, would that really be that embarrassing?
No, that's why it's so funny because it's cheesy and unrealistic. So it's funny when you grow up, you go through these different phases. When you're a little kid, you're almost proud of your parents. Like it was a cool thing to have your mom or dad come and eat with you in the cafeteria, like during lunch. Like you were proud. Like, hey, my mom's coming to eat with me. Bring me McDonald's, and she'd sit with you with all the other kids. And then a couple years go by, and then it's like you're embarrassed to be around your parents because that's not cool. But yeah, once you're a grown man, like Stallone's like 40 fucking years old here, man. Like, is he really gonna act like that when they get to the precinct and he's embarrassed by the pictures and shit? It's like, what? Who cares?
Exactly.
Just embrace it.
Yeah, it is weird like how that happens when you're a kid too. Like fucking, you start getting embarrassed by everything because you're like they're gonna judge me. They're gonna judge me, and everybody's judging everybody. Very low T. Fucking, why can't we be more like the world as presented in this glorious film? Stop or my mom will shoot. Is what I'm saying.
One of the strengths of the movie though is like it is 90 minutes and it doesn't really slow down. It pretty much just kind of bam, 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 bam goes along, which I like. Like, you know, the movie just started and we're already into the action. This is a good first scene with her and him and the stupid guy threatening to jump off the building. It's funny. And him being embarrassed up there.
See, this is just like a great scene in Cop and a Half, where the chick, the Latina chick with the big jugs hanging out is fucking throwing out her boyfriend shit, and she's dating this fucking this chubby schlub, like balding and shit. Like, why would this Latino heat be fucking hanging out with this fucking beta kick, this fucking bootleg Mario brother over here, like the one that wasn't cool enough to get his own video game? But it's like fucking, and then our boy, the little kid, that's hanging out with our boy fucking Burt Reynolds. He talks her down. So, like all these movies have this scene, fucking basically where the cops they had the megaphone, they're yelling up at somebody. And fucking like right here, it's like some kid getting ready to jump over a dispute with his mother. So like fucking our boy Stallone can come out and he could he knows the struggle, so he's gonna try to save him, baby.
So what's wrong with? Isn't that weird? Is this real life? Is there really like a relationship with your mother that could bring you to near suicide? Like this guy, you know what I mean? Don't you just not talk to her? Don't most people just don't talk to their mother and just move away and don't
see? The
answer
only
the phone?
thing I can think of is maybe his mother molested him. That could fuck you up this much. It's like,
Well,
what
it
if
does.
the movie got that dark?
It comes off like they have a really weird relationship. Like he's a extremely coddled mother's boy, you know?
See, that's what I'm thinking. That what if that kid right there, his mother was molested him? That's why he's getting ready to commit suicide. But he's able to talk him off just by hearing his mom. Basically, he's like, "Oh, I'll show you pictures of my kid wearing a diaper."
And how appropriate? What are the odds that the person they have to talk off is somebody with mommy issues too? I mean,
that's what I just said. Are you not following me, Mac? I'm like 8 fucking steps ahead of this conversation.
Well, no, it is skipping out. Like you're cutting in and out, and the movie's cutting out too. But it comes back. So
very low T, very low.
So
T.
I'm missing little bits. So that's what it is.
Hopefully, it's your internet and not my upload, because then it's not my fault.
Well, got it.
But yeah, that would be funny if he was able to like talk him down from committing suicide because his mom, had sex with him, just by telling him like, "Oh, fucking, my mom's down there. She's showing pictures of me in a diaper," and he's just like, "Fucking, I thought I had it bad. I'm going in." And now the news turns and like now it's like, oh, a guy's standing up there over a dispute with his mom, and it zooms in on Stallone. And he's like, just take it away from her, stop her, fucking. You think right then his like the Stacy mom from Poltergeist would be watching that on the news and be like, oh fuck, he was telling the truth. He was on the phone talking to his mom. And see, that was the first thing they broke up, because at the beginning he's on the phone, because he went and got drunk with his friends. He's on the phone, and we think it's to a significant other, but like we find out later it's his mom. It's like, what was he trying to call his mom for? Like, was he trying to get a hold of her to tell her not to come, or like what?
Yeah. Because she alludes to that when she springs on him. Basically, that's what she says. She says, "Oh, you weren't answering your phone." He's like, "Well, every time it never fails." She says, "Right when I'm about to come, you always call me to cancel." So she was intentionally ignoring his phone call so she couldn't tell her not to come.
Very fucking exactly. Yeah. See, that's the thing. That's why Stallone is such a Chad. He knew he was trying to head it off at the fucking start. Like she's gonna show up and fuck everything up. She's gonna witness a murder. She's gonna fucking refuse evidence to the fucking other guy because I'm not friends with him. And like he had it all planned out. And then this movie, it shows you how to buy a fucking illegal weapon from our boy Theo from Son-in-Law film. And that's the best thing it's ever done. Very Chad movie here. Yeah, all the normal stuff. Like, oh, your place is so dirty. Oh, you don't dust. If she's got a fucking a suitcase full of his favorite fucking canned fruit. She's like, I fucking brought some for you. I got that dang shit. And he's like, this is fucking California. These are canned fruit. I can get this anywhere. And she's like, they don't have it the same. Yeah, you know how it is. You know how it is at your mom's place, though. I got that good shit. Very chill.
I don't see what the big deal is, man. I always have to be the one to go visit my family and stuff. I have to fly out. I'd love it if like my family would come and see me. And
exactly, it's not that big. They're never as annoying here. Like most parents are like, oh yeah, I'll stay at home while you're at work, because it's like it don't matter how old you get. It's like it's never entertaining to be at a fucking job.
Looks like he's ready to take it in the ass. Look like he's ready for you, Zach.
Exactly.
In those fucking BVDs.
We need to make Italian Stallion 2 starring me and him. Fucking now the bull is now the fucking the rider has become the road, if you know what I mean. Right. Fucking goes full circle. It's like the fucking snake eating its tail. Fucking it all makes sense now.
All right.
Fucking she found his gun and she's gonna clean that shit with Clorox because it's filthy. So greasy. Does he fucking cook with this gun? Why is it so greasy, you think?
Can you, because he shoves it up his greasy ass.
Hell yeah.
Can you relate to this character though? To me, this character resonates. Not with my mom, but with my grandmother. I mean, she really is pretty true. I mean, maybe she's a little bit amplified, but my grandmother's not stupid. She wouldn't go buy an illegal firearms, but she's the kind of person that would like find something and clean it because it looked dirty in my
Look
stuff.
right there.
Yeah.
Aiming the gun right at her face. See, I hear in Canada they make you take like a class before you can like get a gun, and apparently most people that fail, it's like a 80% rate. They fail because like when they ask them to see if the gun's loaded, they look down the barrel, and it's like that's an automatic fail. I'm like, what?
So I gotta tell you something stupid, man. Okay, so a few weeks ago, I was at my lady's mother's house and visiting, and you know, her mom is a bit of a character. She's, you know, kind of loud, not in a bad way, but she's very colorful and she's, you know, has a sense of humor and stuff like that. And she'll cut my hair and stuff, right? And so I'm sitting there.
Imagine waking up to your mom holding a gun to your head. Oh, I would instantly come. I'd be like, oh my God, I've always thought of this happening.
So I was sitting there and she was in the middle of cutting my hair and she left for a second. And they're like bilingual, right? So sometimes they'll go from speaking Spanish to English or whatever, which is always uncomfortable when they start speaking Spanish and I don't understand what the fuck they're saying. Like, can you guys switch back to English, please? But anyway, she leaves and she comes out of like her bedroom and she starts waving around really animated, like pow, pow, a gun, right? Right. But she's being silly. It's like it's a fake gun. And, you know, and then she's still speaking Spanish and she's like laughing and stuff like that. And I think she's joking. And I take the gun and I put it in my mouth. And they're like, that's a fucking real gun. And it was loaded. Like, what the fuck? She's waving it right in my face.
That's amazing. See,
and then I put the gun in my fucking mouth and I thought it was fake. The way she was parading around made it seem like it was a toy. And I could have been one of those statistics.
It's like that thing. If a fucking tree falls in the forest and no one's there to hear it, does it shoot? If a guy holds a gun into his mouth and pulls the trigger and he doesn't know it's a real gun, does it fucking kill him? That'd be amazing. What if the Matrix is knowing there is no spoon, Aaron? So dude, it wouldn't have happened, babe.
I had one of those weird moments where after, you know, they told me it was loaded gun and it was like, what the fuck are you doing? I was like, oh my God, I could have died because she was waving it right in my face, joking around like, what the fuck are you doing? And then I thought, because in my mind she was being so silly and I would have never imagined this woman would aim a loaded real gun in my face, right?
See, maybe you are a bigger fucking alpha than me because I can't like stop from shaking when I have a gun in my mouth. Like that's just something. It's like you did it like a fucking Chad. You just did it yourself. That's very, very fucking Stacy.
I'm just saying, like, I guess I was given too much benefit. Like, there's no way this grown woman is waving a loaded real gun in my face. It's clearly a joke. And I just went along with the joke and even took it further and put it in my mouth. But no, it was a loaded fucking gun with no safety.
Amazing.
And then after it got all remedied and she took it away, dude, she did that thing that you always see them do in the movies when someone says that's loaded and she like, you know, what? And waves it and goes all around the room and everybody's like, oh, ducks. You know, everybody does that. And yeah, I felt like my life flashed before my eyes, like, ooh.
Fucking amazing. That has to be in one of the Mac and Zach movies.
And now I can't say, if somebody ever asked if I ever had a loaded gun in my mouth, I can't say no.
But you can say that it was you that put it in there. They would be like, fucking Chad. Holy shit.
Is that Paul Walker Light?
Oh, yeah.
I know, like I can't lie and say technically I haven't, like, you know.
This is what you do if you wanted to achieve what Aaron just told you. Fucking she's telling you step by step right now. Okay, first she goes to try to get it the legal way. They're like, oh, we got to put it like a 2-day hold. And then she goes, fuck that. I need my Uzi now. My Uzi weighs a ton, basically. She gets that shit from fucking Theo from Son-in-Law. He's all bikered out. Very chill. There he is. Big stud.
Ah, gee, it's just a joke.
He's got that weed patch. Very stud.
Dude, it's fun.
Then,
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was saying Max in the chat, and he's saying he still gets embarrassed by his mom.
Exactly.
I don't get embarrassed by my mom. My mom, though, my mom is slowly becoming, I hate it. She's been handicapped for a few years, and something you throw in the pandemic that we just had and the lockdown and mix in the fact that she can't walk, and she's just been isolating herself. And over the last couple of years, she's been deteriorating. And I swear every time I see her, she's turning into this like Alex Jones type, like getting really fucking crazy. And I feel real bad. Yeah, no, I feel real bad, but it's just isolation and having nothing but the internets, you know, I guess. I don't know.
Oh yeah, that leads people down this conspiracy, fucking isolation, radicalization. It leads to, baby.
I mean, if you could see the social media posts by her, right? I mean, she's on Facebook and stuff like that, and all it is these crazy fucking radical posts that make no fucking sense. And those are, I have to admit, those are a little embarrassing. But she doesn't tag me in them, so I'm okay. But those are like, oh, gotta bite my tongue. Like, Mom, you are fucking making the whole family look terrible right now. What are you doing?
Oh, they look even studlier. Very Chad. That's what you do. Fucking, it's gonna happen to all of us. Apparently, we all get fucking crazy when we get old. But it's a beautiful thing, really. We all go through it together, at least.
Hey, so yeah, this movie has Theo. It has Ving Rhames. That guy, these two. There's a Chuck from the Ernest movies. He's one of the goons, and the guy driving, he's the guy from Jurassic Park. Then it's expensive. Is it heavy? Then it's expensive. The guy who gets fucking his ass eaten on the toilet. You know?
Hell yes. Fucking
yeah, and their boss, who they answer to, is, I think his name is Robert. That guy, he was on the show Cheers. He played Rebecca's rich millionaire boyfriend.
See that shot right there where there's two people, there's a background and then a guy in the foreground, and they're both in focus. They have a special lens to achieve that effect. And every time I see it, I'm like, why do they even bother? It looks so shitty. Every time I see it, I hate it. I don't know what it is. That shot always pisses me off. It's like, fucking let it naturally fucking be out of focus in the background and then just focus between them. I hate that. Does it bother anybody else but me?
I'd have to watch it again.
It always just looks super fucking fakey, and you can always tell the split where like one lens ends and the other one starts. It's like, fucking this effect never looks good to me. Why do you do it? Anytime you can't tell there's a split, it ends up looking fucking CGI'd anyway, like you just cheated with a green screen. Don't do it. It's fucking terrible.
I have a question. What is it about getting old where you automatically dress in that shit that she's wearing and you think that looks good? Like these weird floral prints.
Oh yeah, maybe it's just the only thing, like fucking it's loose enough fitting. It's just like I'm not even wearing anything. It's like I'm walking around fucking naked, very Chad.
But it's the same thing with old guys though. It's like when I get old, do I automatically have to wear pants that are pulled up to my man titties that are sagging, right? And do I have to wear golf shirts, and do I have to tuck in my shirt? You know what I mean?
Probably all just the fucking stuff they probably wore the same shit younger. They probably think that shit's still rocking. Fucking this shit's still in style. Fucking walking around with their high pants and shit. Fucking this is the new style. Hell yeah.
So Plemke in the chat, he says, I think old people dress like that because they know they're old. They're old and they know it. Yeah. So are you saying that, you know, if somebody in their heyday wore Morbid Angel Deicide t-shirts, that they think they look stupid to be 80 years old and wear a Morbid Angel t-shirt? Is it because they care about what people think and they want to just fit in naturally with the way society says they should be?
Fucking, our stories are already written. Fucking, John Connor was fucking lying. He was a lie. Fuck him.
Well, he says he doesn't think they care. That's for damn sure, man. Old people don't care. And to a degree, I guess that's one of the plus sides of getting older. I mean, I'm in no rush to get old, but the fact that the older you get, and I already feel it now, the older you get, the less you give a shit. And they don't, man. Go to a gym locker room, and you'll see old people don't give a shit, man. They'll be talking their butt ass naked, scratching their dicks in front of each other like a foot away, just having a conversation.
See, they give a little bit of a shit because they are at the gym. I would, as soon as I turn a certain age, it's like I'm fucking sitting around eating ice cream all the time. Fucking, I'm getting fat as fuck. I'm going to see how fat I can get. Try to speed this shit up. I don't want to fucking live to be 80. Very Chad.
But yeah, that is the difference of living to be 60 versus like 80 though, right? Like you said.
Exactly.
Yeah. Is it worth living an extra 20, 30 years by putting in so much effort to do so?
You fucking earn at that point. You get to fucking lay back and fucking eat yourself and do a fucking early death, as I say.
I don't know about that, but that's how I feel about, going gray and losing your hair and shit like that. If that shit happens, man, like I'm not going to dye my hair. I'm not going to do just for men. If I have a head full of white hair, I would feel that I earned this.
Exactly.
Like I have every right to have white hair, man. I've lived to tell the tale, and fuck, I've got white hair now.
Fucking, my hair went white, I'd fucking grow it back out. Very Chad. I'd be fucking Dante over here.
Look, and she's like she's embarrassing him.
Yep, she's at his job fucking showing the fucking baby pictures to all of his coworkers.
See, that's just the kind of personality I am. I would just embrace it. I'd be part of the joke. Like, yeah, whatever, it's funny.
I'd be going back there macking on the mom from Poltergeist that no one's noticed when we fuck. But now she's there too. She fucking ruined it. So now I'd be fucking telling my mom to get the fuck out. I'd be like, I'm throwing her out the fucking door. Like, get the fuck, go home. Go cook something.
And so this rival cop, do these assholes really exist in a workplace? Like, this guy's like rude to his fucking mom and shit.
Oh, these are the same rival cop police detectives from fucking Ace Ventura. They were all fucking hanging out with our girl Einhorn, and fucking they just moved. They just got a new boss. And now that I think about it, the mom or this chick here and Einhorn fucking would be amazing.
Einhorn fucking her in the ass?
Hell yes. Oh, hell yeah. I'm coming thinking about it.
Here in a little bit, our boy's going to give that asshole a swirly, man. Like a high school style. Which, by the way, I feel lied and cheated on, because when I was growing up and I was watching, fucking Saved by the Bell and all these different teen comedies and shit that depicted high school life and entering high school life mixed, and you match that with my parents were telling me, who grew up in the 80s, they were telling me high school. They said, man, when you enter high school, like this is what it's going to be like. You're watching shit like Fast Times, and you're watching shit like what's that fucking movie, Dazed and Confused. They're like, yeah, you're gonna get hazed. They scared the fuck out of me, man. Like, the seniors are gonna fucking go around giving you swirlies. They're gonna book check you. They're gonna fucking do all kinds of shit to you. And I was scared, man. And all the movies sort of supported that. I watched. And then when I got to high school, none of that shit happened. None of it happened. It was very, very cordial, and everything was very, very tightly ran. And I don't know if it's just the era changed. Like, maybe that's the way it was in the fucking 80s. I don't know. But I was kind of disappointed. High school is not exciting like it was always portrayed to be. What about for you? How was high school for you?
I didn't do high school. I was like, fuck this, and I just didn't do it.
What do you mean?
I literally didn't do it. I was like, fuck this. I'll do it. I basically I went to fucking high school one day, and then I had a panic attack. Very low T of me.
So you did? Would you do online school or something?
I did, basically, yeah.
Okay.
And I ended up getting that GED.
Gotcha. I had a sister.
That GED.
I had a sister that did the online homeschooling thing. Oh, dude, if I could go back in time, I would have did that. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Unless you're going to be a fucking doctor, what does it matter?
I've thought about doing the college stuff online too. Everything I think about every once in a while, but it's just like fucking don't want to get into debt and all that shit. Shit.
You got to be careful, man. Like, I mean, our college degrees really have value these days. You're probably better off going to a trade school, like a lot cheaper, and actually getting a job you can actually do shit with. You know, I don't know. I mean, I am in college debt. I'm almost got all my school debt paid off, but I'm not even using it. The job and the shit I'm in has nothing to do with my education. None of it. It's a waste.
We don't need it. We don't need it. Fucking Pink Floyd all the way. I say we fucking abolish the school system. Communism. It'll win. Fucking vote for me. Communism. Communism wins. Hashtag.
Plemke says shitty swirlies are the worst. Have you ever had a shitty swirly, Plemke?
I've never seen anybody actually give anybody a swirly in real life. Does that happen, or is that just a movie thing?
That's what I was saying, man. The movies of the 80s and the 70s always made it seem like there was going to be that shit going on in high school. And my parents even validated it, because they were high school in the early 80s, and they were saying, yeah, that shit happens. So by the time I got to high school and none of it happened, I was like, what the fuck? So I don't know if just the eras changed.
Mag just wrote in the fucking chat, you don't remember when our cousin Ryan gave me one? Fucking, see, that's how beta he is. That he's a character from a movie. Fucking, somebody actually gave him a swirly. We all thought it didn't exist. See this scene right here, this dream he has. Fucking, this is a great scene where basically his mom is being overprotective and all this shit. She's weighing on him. So now he's having this dream where he's at a big bank robbery, and they're all fucking trying to get the banker. When he comes out, they're gonna shoot him. And like here in a minute, they fucking his mom shows up, and she's like, "Oh yeah, right here."
He's gonna be a big old diaper.
Yeah, she's like, fucking, I gotta change you. And she's got a big ass fucking diaper box, and he's wearing very Chad. See, I want to see if this movie had more shit like this, I think it would be more memorable. Like it just happens once.
What's so silly? Estelle Getty without glasses is kind of hot, man. I'd let her give me head.
Amazing. Stella.
Yeah, there should have been more of that shit. Stella.
I'd freeze her face like that hydrogen scene right there from Jason X. She looked like that after I glazed her fucking hardcore. Fucking hardcore glaze it. Fucking,
What?
Mac posted that GIF in the fucking chat.
What is that? What is Max saying though? He's saying when that 20-year-old girl babysat me, Ryan came over and was trying to show off to her and gave me one. My mom fired the babysitter and Ryan wasn't allowed to come over until mom forgot, which was like a week later. What?
Amazing.
So he got a real swirly in a shitty toilet.
And our boy Ryan, he wanted to charm the pants off of a chick by fucking giving a little kiss. You get that? That's the kind of autism that runs in our family. Like he thought a woman would appreciate that. Like some like, oh yeah, I met a new chick. I thought like I'm gonna take a small animal, break its fucking leg in front of her. It really turned her on. Fucking that doesn't work. Fucking imbecile.
Okay.
And then he's just like fucking like, what was that great tweet that one guy said? I want to come while thinking of breaking your bones.
Oh, yeah, our Army Hammer. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Arm and Hammer. We need an Arm and Hammer shirt with that quote on it.
Yeah, we can't let that die. We got to keep talking about that and keep that in the ether.
What if we design a logo with like the fucking Arm and Hammer, but he's got like, I don't know, he's got like a fucking jack off arm. He's got a big one muscle or something. We change it just enough so that we don't get fucking fucking struck with a copyright claim, and then we write it in the Arm and Hammer like the logo like
I think
around it.
We need to make a shirt with that quote in big block letters in quotations, right? So it's obviously referring to something. And I think even if we just do like a quote and have it just be Army, I think we're fine. If we don't put his full name, I don't know.
I'm definitely getting it etched on my tombstone at least.
It has to be a shirt for sure. We haven't made any new shirt designs in a while, but I don't know how many people would buy that one because that's pretty vulgar. You could only wear it so many places. You'd pretty much be limited to wearing it home.
Yeah, fucking me and Mac we're gonna put out a shirt. It looks like the Dare shirt, but it says MAZSTW and it says, "Honey, we danked the kids." Very Chad. And fucking we talked about that. And Mac was like, "Would a shirt company know your fucking language though? What if they see a shirt that says, 'Honey, we danked the kids'? Dank the kids? What does that mean? That sounds vulgar." Fucking we can't. And I was laughing at that. I was like, I never thought of that. Nobody really says we dank anything except for on our show. But this is a movie world. People do talk like that. They don't talk like that in real life, but they do in the movies. See,
look, she's sorry for cleaning his gun and ruining it, so she's gifting him the semi-automatic machine gun she bought off Theo.
And he's freaking the fuck out. Like, this is an illegal gun. Fucking, what the fuck exactly? See, I didn't realize we actually had illegal guns. Very, like, and then I said, oh, I guess it does make sense because fucking rocket launchers and shit. Very Chad. See, we're already fucking the Second Amendment. Fucking, it's been destroyed, right? We're setting it on fire. We're setting it on fire. Bow, bow.
Mendoza said his mom took him to see this in the theaters, man. What did you think of it when you saw it? Were you embarrassed? Like, oh God, that's what Rocky is now? Or did you guys like it? Was your mom like, oh, that was a cute movie? That was a lovely tea party.
You should have had your mom take you to see the fucking GILF grandma mommy porn version. Stop Mom or I'm gonna shoot. Fucking that is my idea, copyright. And you can't steal it. I actually Googled that title to see if someone made it, and no one did. Like, nothing came up. It was just the fucking title of this movie. I was like, nobody thought of that. That is fucking shame.
And it's funny because, like, when you just say it, I can see it not clicking immediately with people. But if you add that with a cover with like a B-list knockoff Stallone guy, like getting, like with an O face, like it'd be fucking hilarious.
Fucking, now I just want to see Stallone doing it, fucking with his like fucking the Rocky. Very Chad, I would come. See, I wonder if those are real pictures of Stallone that they're using for the movie, or just showing pictures.
I mean, I'd be able to recognize them if they are. I mean,
they usually do that in movies now, and they always like just Photoshop like the real pictures of the kids, and you can always tell it's like, oh, that's a real picture. Like, fucking, I wouldn't have cared if you just hired an actor. Like, fucking, you think we care that you go into this much detail to fucking Photoshop pictures? Like, fucking, that's stupid. Fucking lame. Very unchad.
Look at Estelle Getty rocking the tracksuit. That was a grandma thing. That's another thing,
yeah.
dude. You just wear tracksuits when you get older too. I don't know what the deal is there.
That fucking Frodo.
Yeah, that old woman fro.
I fucks with it.
Hey, tracksuits were all the rage for kids in the 90s too, man. Like to wear that the windbreakers.
Exactly. Why did anybody wear those? Fucking sounding like
people hearing you come a mile away, dude. It's like, yeah, I don't know why. And I used to be kind of embarrassed of that.
Is that what the term windbreaker refers to? Like, oh, we're gonna disrupt the silence. Basically, is what the fucking coat's called.
No, I think
loud shirt, loud pants.
I think it means that you can't feel the wind break through it. Like
you can.
It's more of a not.
If anything, it's more like noticeable because now it feels like you're walking in a paper bag while the wind's blowing. Fucking, this is fun.
I wish I had photos of me in windbreakers, man, and like windbreaker suits, Mighty Duck style and stuff like that. I don't know why kids wore that shit, but yeah, it'd be embarrassing. Let's say you were coming to school late, and the hallways were clear and stuff like that. Then it's like embarrassing. Shh, 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 and you walk into this classroom late. Shh, shh, shh.
I remember fucking
interrupt everybody.
Sixth grade, I used to always fucking sneak into my homeroom, and the old lady that fucking was my teacher never noticed me. She'd be working on a computer, and I just fucking quietly come in and sit down. Everybody's just fucking. It was like the fucking reoccurring joke, like fucking he quietly comes in, and everybody just giggles, and she's just fucking sitting there. And then at some point, some of my friends were like, "Oh, we're gonna fucking ruin it." They'd be like, "Oh, hey Zach," while I'm coming in, and she still wouldn't notice. Fucking very occasionally she would get the hint and fucking turn around real quick, and then I'd get mad. I'd be like, "Fuck you." Very low T of them.
I'm fed up with you.
Exactly. He's basically spurging out to his mother.
Is this where he's laying down the rules? Look, there's gotta be rules here.
Yeah. And the rules are basically like, see, that's the thing I was going to say. Like, I don't care, like, fucking how bored I was. Like, if I'm 80 and I'm at my, like, kid's house, like, fucking, and they go to work, I'm going to be like, yeah, I'm going to stay. Like, I don't want to hang out at a job and not get paid. Fucking, like, why would you do that? Like, are you going to go there do his job for him, too? Fucking, like, why would you be there?
With the scene we were at before where she was at the precinct and she was with, Poltergeist mom, and she was showing the pictures. She was going into a little bit of backstory talking about her husband dying, right? And she's saying he never cried, like, she said he never cried, like he just pent it up and whatever else, but he just handled it like a man, but he never cried for his dad, and he never sort of mourned properly.
That's something that's only in movies too. Real people aren't able to just keep it like it all comes to this one boiling point. That doesn't happen. I mean, it happens, but like periodically, multiple times throughout your whole life.
I think it happens, but anyway, I was watching this with a lady a couple days ago, and I looked over and she was fucking crying when she was telling that story. Like, what the fuck are you crying? She's like, I don't know. She fucking got me, man. Like, oh, she got talking about the story about the dad dying, and he never cried. Like, only person in the history of the world that cried during Stop or My Mom Will Shoot.
It's an amazing film. It's a fucking probably like you should have like wrote that in a letter and then gave it to the fucking like for your consideration. Like, you guys should definitely consider fucking what if our boy would have got the actor for this movie and fucking he like see that's a nice alternate reality to think of. Fucking, what if he said no and they did end up giving it to Arnold Schwarzenegger and Arnold Schwarzenegger won an Oscar? And fucking, like, what would fucking Stallone be doing kicking his ass around? Like, what if the other version we got with Schwarzenegger would have brought out, like, such a fucking great dramatic role? And, like, we were talking about, like, fucking, remember Stop or My Mom Will Shoot? That was, like, fucking a big Oscar buzz that year. It really swept the shit. Like, the shit out of everything that came out. Put fucking Schwarzenegger on the map. Now, they ended up getting him to play in fucking, like, fucking big picture, like fucking Stanley Kubrick hired him. He worked with Kubrick, the fucking one of the greats. Fucking amazing. See, I want to make that movie. I want to make that movie where we live in that world. Fucking the Berenstain Bears.
This part cracks me up when she's like the fucking crazy driver and they almost get hit. Just like the looks on his face.
Oh yeah,
the crazy old woman driving.
I think this is where he
right there.
Fucking, yeah, he's like, fucking, she got it figured out. She's good at this.
No, I think he's like, I don't know.
I think at some point he comes, like she's driving
comes?
on the sidewalk. He does. She's driving on the sidewalk and he's like, "Oh yeah, mom." He sounded like the retard he is. Very low T. This fucking like imagine actually talking like this. Not like we should do the whole commentary in that voice.
The only movies they're on pursuit of Chuck. The only movies I can think of that Chuck have been in besides the Ernest movies is this and Fried Green Tomatoes. She was Kathy Bates' husband in Fried Green Tomatoes. What other movies has Chuck been in?
You know, when we were shooting this scene right here, and she was driving the car, and we were driving on the sidewalk. I almost shit my pants multiple times. The director, he told me, he was like, "Fucking, you know, you do the scene."
I watched this scene and I'm like, I want to see when they got out of this, but it just cuts to the next scene. Like they just ran this car into this giant fucking, tank of fucking trash.
Deleted scene. You buy the Blu-ray, you see that. It's really funny.
I mean, did they not suffocate? Could they breathe? That's a lot of trash, man. I want to see him wade through all that garbage.
Exactly. See, here it is. He brings his mom back to the guy. Fucking tells her like, "Oh yeah, don't hold back."
She lied.
Exactly. Fucking, she was lying by omission.
She lied by getting the guns. I'm done with it. There you go. But he's gonna be an asshole. This is when the swirly thing happens, I think. And it's funny because this is total assault and nothing goes down with it. You know, it's like that fucking guy. I don't know.
See, fucking, this is the world that we live in. Like, if Stallone was a fucking well-hung Chad, like he would have been in my version of this film, the Zach cut, fucking, he wouldn't have told the cops when he got a Uzi from his mom. He would have went straight to his room, started fucking putting it under his belt loop, fucking taking pictures of himself with his shirt off, holding it, fucking all that cool shit that you do before you fucking tell the cops. Like,
Okay.
big fucking dummy.
Start doing a live stream YouTube video of you acting all hard with a gun.
Exactly.
What was that video like a year or two ago with the kid who shot himself on accident on a live stream because he was doing that? You remember what I'm talking about?
I don't know. That sounds amazing though.
No, it was like this little like preteen urban kid from like Chicago or something, and he had gotten a hold of a gun. I don't know if he'd picked it up at school or if he got it from like his parents' bedroom or what, but he was on a live stream acting all thug life, and he was like a fucking 12-year-old. I don't know, he was really young. Like, oh, what? He's like doing, and he fucking shot himself in the head on accident.
No way.
Yes.
Well, you sounded way too happy when you said that. Fucking, that was creepy. Fucking our boy Aaron over here, fucking, he shot himself in the head accidentally. Fucking, yeah, you scare me, man. You scare me.
No. Anyway.
Fucking, Aaron's gonna try to kill me tonight. I noticed that he didn't fucking.
Hey, I'm allowed to talk on the matter. I'm a subject expert. I had a gun in my mouth once.
Exactly.
There you go.
Fucking Einhorn in this role though.
Okay, why are they ganging up on this guy? Clearly he's soaking wet. You'd think they'd at least hear him out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what did you do to him?
Exactly. He's a beta. Fucking basically, this is the kind of thing like, this was one of the movies where they had a dog as a partner. The fucking dog, he would have let him know right away. Fucking the dog, the dog always like fucking, he growls at the bully, and then he fucking knows there's always that scene. They write themselves, really, these movies. Fucking awful, all of them. Very, very ungood. Very ungood. You had a Pez dispenser there? Pez's are cool.
Yeah, that's very 90s too. I could think of at least 10 movies off the top of my head from Stallone that are worse than this movie. I don't know why he puts this at the top of the shit list.
Yeah, I was joking. This movie's amazing. This movie's fine. I give it a 5 out of 10.
I used to give it a 7. I think it's probably like a 6 though. Oh, I watched that fucking what's it? The new Conjuring. They just get worse and worse. It's like a 5.
Oh yeah, The Conjuring. I watched it too. Yeah, fucking, it felt very, very half baked. It was really weird. Like fucking, at first it was like, oh, we're gonna fucking break the mold. It was like part 1 and 2, they have this
Similar thing.
similar structure going on. We're gonna fucking start the movie after everything's over, and they're gonna be going through like the trial and all that shit. Like is this gonna be a courtroom drama? We're watching it, and then it's like, oh no, like they just kind of don't do anything with it anyway. And then like fucking, it's almost like I remember back when the 2 came out, they must have like took people's like criticisms or whatever to thought, because like, oh, so it was like, oh yeah, we got to have a normal person who's like the big baddie, not like a CGI monster. And it's like just a normal person, and then like, yeah, it ends up being executed in a way it's like she kind of forgettable, and it's like, oh, it's like this, and fucking, I don't know, I don't want to spoil it for people that didn't watch it, but yeah.
And it's I didn't really think the part 2 was that good either, but they're on a decline for sure. I mean,
they were both entertaining at least, though. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think the first one was probably an 8. I really liked it at the time. I haven't watched it in a while. The second one was like a 6 or a 7. I don't know. This one was like a 5. I want to say this one is still better than the offshoot movies, probably, but it's awfully close in quality to the last Annabelle movie. You know,
I think it's directed by the same guy that did La Llorona or whatever, and apparently
La Llorona or that fucking thing.
Yeah, I think it's the same guy. Apparently, this is the first one out of the main series that James Wan didn't have anything. I don't know if he wrote it or just didn't direct it or what.
Well, he served as a producer, but that doesn't mean shit. But yeah, he didn't write or direct it, so he's too busy doing Aquamans and fucking Fast and Furious bullshit and stuff like that.
Exactly. So here now they basically, our boy Stallone, he's like basically traced where she got the guns down to this guy. Who's he's basically a businessman, and it's like, oh, she must have fucked up. It's just this regular guy fucking had a job at a bank or whatever. And then as soon as he leaves, they're like, fucking, they're on to us. They're on to us. It's that scene, baby. And he brings in the fucking Theo, who we saw earlier. He's like, fucking, you didn't hide the guns good enough or something like that. So yeah, they're on to him, baby. And then we had to have him in the movie, basically.
But there's gonna be a plot device in this scene too. They're gonna hear Chuck sneeze in that closet door. They're going to hear us sneezing, and they're just going to like acknowledge it and leave. But then later in the movie, they'll be around him, I think, and he'll sneeze again, and they'll recognize the sneeze, right? Like, oh, like you were in that fucking guy's office. Yeah. And that connects them to this guy, and they know he's lying.
I forgot that.
They hear the same sneeze, man, because it's that easy, because people sneeze the same, identically, apparently.
Amazing. Fucking, that is a great plot point to put in a movie. I'm ashamed of myself that I didn't remember it, and I didn't fucking pick up on it to notice it even, because that's a great attention to detail.
Because everybody sneezes totally uniquely. I don't know. Yeah, with that, I don't know. But that's what happens. I don't know. It might be on the way out. I don't remember, but yeah, they hear like a sneeze.
Silly, goofy shit. This is actually like a little after this scene is where I think the movie could have been tightened up a bit, fucking going into the third act. But in a way, it's like fucking, the movie's already like an hour and 28 minutes. I don't know what they could have fucking like tightened up a little bit more. I mean, I don't know if it was editing or fucking like the script or whatever. But yeah, fucking this section coming up.
Yeah, I get it. But yeah, it was very, very crucial that Chuck have a cold. It all helps. It all come together.
I actually, I watched last night. They added all the Pink Panther movies on HBO Max. Have you ever watched any of those?
I've never watched any of them. I know people speak highly of like the Peter Sellers stuff and.
Peter, so like he fucking makes that series. Like I watched the first one last night, and I was like, man, I don't remember this. This isn't as slapsticky as I remember it. And then I remembered because I was like, oh yeah, that's right. Like the first one, like he's not like Peter Sellers isn't really the main character. He's just it's kind of taking it like a weird way where you're seeing, the story mostly through the people who are committing the crime, and Peter Sellers just kind of shows up. Ever since the sequels, it's all about Peter Sellers, and it's set up this like the series became like basically what the sequels are like. Looking forward to watching the sequels again because they're fucking they're very Chad, very fun.
Did you watch the cartoon growing up?
I didn't, and that's what's so weird about the first one is like that first movie I think was before the cartoon even existed. So like, fucking,
Yeah.
it's weird. Yeah, it's weird watching it, seeing how it ends, and be like, wow. I can't believe they did our boy Crusoe like that. And then I wanted to give it like a lower rating. I was like, fucking, yeah, that doesn't seem right to end it like that. And then I fucking, I was reading through some of the reviews and it was like, oh yeah, this started it all. This is before the cartoon was even a thing. So he wasn't like a character really. So then I was like, fucking, it wasn't really a character to be like fucking like annoyed that they fucking shat on him like that. But yeah, fucking, he became what it was. It's very, very fun series. But like the last two are apparently terrible, and I never seen those ones. One of them was basically after Peter Sellers died, and they basically made it out of deleted scenes from the rest of the series. And
that always turns out well.
yeah, at the time though, it's like I can see why you would want to do that because it's like, oh, there was no DVD back then. You can't see these deleted scenes. We just have a bunch of fucking gags that just never made it. Like we could just reuse them, and it's basically like the DVD special edition movie. I just fucking spilled my drink all over my keyboard.
Dumbass. Hey, Max talking about you used to die laughing at the Steve Martin second one. What?
The Steve Martin one, they remade I remember the second one wasn't as good as the first, but I enjoyed the first one too.
With Beyonce?
A remake.
No, you'd have to read the message to get the context. He says Zach laughs at the second one or the second one where he jumps out at him and fails every time. Zach thought it was the funniest thing. I didn't think it was that funny, but him laughing always made me laugh.
It's got John Cleese in it too.
Yeah.
Very Chad.
All right, so this house is going to get demolished, man. They're setting them up. They're going to send in the wrecking ball. They're going to try and fucking clean their clocks in here, man. Mm-hmm. She got out of the car. She couldn't stay put. I didn't even know, man, like in those old cars, you could just unscrew those locks in the cars and take them out.
Yeah. He unscrews those locks and takes them with him. That's a fire hazard. That's all kinds of fucking regulations he's breaking. He'd probably just lose his job right there. If they
regulations? But then, I was picking apart. Speaking of regulations, I was watching Child's Play 2 last night, and I don't know, like the whole time I'm watching it with a lady, and I'm thinking, like when the teacher, Miss Kettlewell, when she locks Andy in the room, like I'm pretty sure that's violation of fire codes and all kinds of stuff, like locking a little kid in a fucking room. But yeah, anyway.
And every time she left the room, she fucking locked it, fucking every time, fucking. It's very unsafe, but she calls his like partner or no, the guy. She's like, oh, I accidentally locked myself. How do I get myself out? And he's like, oh, you want to look for the thing. You know, all he would have said is like that little thing that you pull up and it unlocks it. You just want to hit that. She's like, oh yeah, I accidentally lost those. I locked myself in. I accidentally unscrewed them, dropped it, and now I can't find it. And he's like, oh, well, you're fucking out of luck then. And he just hangs up. It's like, that's all that would happen.
Right. You're right. I didn't even put that together because all she says is, I know this is going to sound so silly, but I accidentally locked myself in his car. Oh, no problem, missus. You're just going to want to look for a Slim Jim. Like, okay, in the car. Like, wait, but yeah, you're right. He was like, well, you're inside the car? Just fucking unlock it. You're inside the car. Unlock it.
It makes no sense. You might as well just assume that she melted into a puddle, came out, and then just reformed outside of the car, like she's fucking the T2.
She pulled some Alex Mack shit.
Exactly. Look at that. And
stop.
I think that's
he's gonna say it. He said the name of the movie. Stop! My mom will shoot.
Yeah, I talked over. My bad. Very low T of me.
Roll credits.
But like later on, fucking our boy right there who's running away, he's gonna be doing the fucking porno that I've been coming up with, fucking right in front of our boy Stallone. He's gonna be jacking off watching. It's gonna be fucking a little good, fucking gonna be a little bit of that fucking good shit in this movie. Hell yeah! I think I am really becoming attached to mommy porn.
I think you have a weird dependency on it.
Like I can't come without it.
Yeah, you watch like the breastfeeding videos. Come on, baby, suck on mommy's teeth. Yes, you have, you fucking liar.
That sounds amazing. I actually have never.
Breastfeeding video. No.
Fucking Miley Cyrus on the wrecking ball over here in the gifts. Very Chad.
Yeah.
That's how you know good conversation is being had.
What? I don't know. I'm reading the shit in the chat though. No, I was having fun like last night. The lady has never seen Child's Play 2. I'm like, let's watch this. And she was just calling out all the bullshit in the movie. And I'm like, that movie really is self-serving, man. You could like the Miss Kettlewell locking it, but just the whole thing of, hey, it's his Uncle Charles. Like, okay, his social worker is just going to give out. First of all, if they threw Andy into the fucking foster system, don't you think the first people they would have found out and tried to get him into was like relatives? Don't you think they would know he doesn't have an Uncle Charles?
Yeah.
Let alone not fucking put together that Charles Lee Ray, who she acknowledged, she thought.
Did he have a dad in the first movie?
Nah.
Like, were they just separated?
Yeah. I mean,
I don't remember if they ever mentioned it.
no, I just never got mentioned and ever. But yeah, so like, why would his social? Oh, yeah, sure. Let me give you his address. Well, they just gave out the address and all these little things that would have halted the movie altogether, right? If it was real life, like nobody's gonna do that. But I don't think they would have even let Andy go into a foster family after what, a year? Because they're all of the mind that he murdered Aunt Maggie and shit, right? They're nobody.
Yeah.
They're all of the mind this kid killed somebody, but he's rehabilitated now. He's ready to get into foster care. Like, what? After a year, they're gonna really do that? Okay.
Maybe they were trying to like, oh, they think the mom did it and she just went crazy, thought a doll or something, and then they just wrote the
I don't
mom
know.
out. Who knows?
And then when the foster parents take him in, it's like, hey, we know the skinny on this kid. We know the good guy doll thing. We know his trauma. Let's have a good guy doll in the house and not throw it away. And let's take it very lightly when he comes across it, right? Like the dad almost scolds him, like for overreacting and shit like that. Like, what the fuck? All right, anyway.
Exactly.
I'm like, I got Child's Play 2 on the mind.
Somebody should just re-edit this movie and deep fake, what's his name, King, on her face. He would just look like a movie starring Larry King.
Oh, gross.
Fucking, they have the same haircut. It would work perfect.
Hey, Max, right? Andy's dad had passed away. I think it did come up, like, in talking or whatever in the first movie. Anyway. He's scolding his mom. Is this when she's gonna like leave or no? Did she already go to the airport?
Yeah, they smashed up the basically. Yeah, he tells her off right here, and it's one of those like, oh, I guess I'm not wanted, and then like it's basically the scene in the movie with the dog where the kid takes him out to the woods and goes, I don't want a dog anymore. I never wanted a dog. Dog is stupid.
Just go
away. Fuck it. And the dog won't leave. So then he's like, oh, I guess I do love the dog. He takes it back home. This is that scene. But like, she's like, oh, I'm going to fucking, I'll leave you alone. And then she, like, just a couple minutes from now, there will be another scene where she's at the, she getting ready to fly out. And he comes back, Mom, I was wrong. I love you the whole time. I love you. And it's like, oh, they wrap that out really quick. But then, like, she immediately starts asking him questions. And it's kind of funny because he's like, oh, yeah, I remember why I want you to leave. And so he's just like, well, go ahead, get on the plane. And then the movie's over. He walks off and
he comes back. He comes back home later and he sees like she left him a John Deere later saying, "You were right." He's like, I'm not going to impose on your life anymore, and I've gone home, and I left a pineapple upside down cake in the fridge for you. And
he's like, hell yeah, the bitch is gone. I'm going to eat.
He turns into Master P all of a sudden. All right.
Hell yeah, he starts smoking a fatty. And he's just like, fucking bitch, fucking eating that cake. That's good shit.
We really should.
Is there anything better than that? Than fucking just getting high, eating a big cake, and just like dying in a piss of your own shit and piss and cum?
Yeah, it'd be fun. Hey, we really should revive this subgenre of movies, and movies starring The Rock and Kevin Hart don't count. Like, does that count?
Yeah.
Those kind of buddy cop comedies count, where it's like two people, but they're unlikely pairing, like one big guy, one small guy, one Chinese guy, one black guy. That doesn't count, right? That's not the same, or is that the same type of movie to you?
That's ones where it's like a dog or...
But the same beats happen, right? Like
yeah.
in Rush Hour, Carter and fucking Jackie Chan, they fucking argue and they part and they're like, I don't want to be around you anymore. And they like start missing each other. And, they do that whole thing. Like, I love you, man.
I would call Rush Hour a buddy cop movie.
I know, but like, is it the same though? Like this is a buddy cop movie, but with a twist. Because it's
just a buddy cop movie.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a twist. Basically, the twist was always something really goofy, like fucking, like the twist is it's a kid, it's a dog, it's a mommy, fucking hell yeah, Fucking Mac posted a picture of the Barbarian Twins in Double Trouble. That was a buddy cop movie. The Barbarian Twins, they were in Twin Sitters. It was a great film. We need to do it someday.
Which we never did. We always talked about doing it because we did.
It was one of those movies that everybody seemed to know the trailer because it was on the VHS before another movie that was really big. But they all knew the trailer, thought the trailer looked hilarious, but never saw the movie. But the movie actually is pretty funny. It's really stupid and funny in like a kid way. It's pretty fun.
Why don't we do a back-to-back double feature of Double Trouble and Twin Sitters finally?
We could.
Just fucking knock those out. What other? Because we did Mr. Nanny, right? We did Mr. Nanny, and we did Suburban Commando. I mean, I guess we could do what's that other Hulk movie with Debo? Why can't I think of it?
Oh, Best of the Best? Is that what it's called?
No, that's no. God, we just watched it.
What is that movie called? I forgot. Yeah,
it's another movie like that. I don't know why I can't think of it, but yeah.
It's gotta like a fucking basically something you say all the time if you watch wrestling. It's just like one of those like fucking.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up because I can't fucking think of it. Tiny Lister. Here we go.
Fucking Tiny Lister Jr.
No Holds Barred.
No Holds Barred.
No Holds Barred. Yeah. So we should watch that.
I always thought Tiny Lister Jr. should have got into like selling like branding and selling those Listerine strips. That would have just like I always thought that hearing his name, fucking that would have just made a killing on a Tiny Listerine Jr. Fucking buy them Listerine strips.
While it's fresh in mind, because I'll just forget. You know what I started watching finally? The Boys. Because I just wanted to watch the show.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, it's good. I'm like 4 episodes into the first season, but I really, really am enjoying it. I don't know why I've been taking so long to watch it, but it definitely makes the superhero genre refreshing because it's obviously taking a little bit of the piss.
I hear that new Amazon one, Invincible, is just as good, and it's animated to look like a kid style like Friday morning cartoon or whatever, Saturday morning.
Yeah, I saw that advertised. Have you watched The Boys?
I have. I watched it a couple years back, and I was saying like I think you will love it.
Did you watch both seasons?
I did. Yeah.
Yeah. So
second season is a little bit not as good, but like fucking. Yeah, it usually happens like that. It's like you ever notice? It seems like it seems like every time in the second season they always like slow down the pace. It's always like they're looking forward, like, oh yeah, we want to milk this as long as possible. So it's like an actual conscious decision is made to like slow down, let things breathe more. Not always a good thing to do, but it works sometimes.
Is there a Boys season 3 coming out though? It seems like it was 2018, 2019, and there's probably nothing in 2020 because of the pandemic, I'm sure, but is it coming back?
I think so. See, we're getting right here where we're loading up into the final act where they're fucking basically what happens at the final act of this movie. How do they decide? How do they meet up? Where they get? Oh yeah, they end up capturing the grandma, and they're like, "Fucking yeah!" They give him a ransom, like, "Come get your mom." Wouldn't that be funny if he was just like, "Well, fuck it, all my problems are solved. I'm just gonna sit down, fucking eat this pizza, fucking eat, have sex with the."
Your Stallone sounds just like your fucking Master P, man.
Yeah, I forgot who I was fucking, what voice I was doing there for a second. Fucking I fucked that up. I feel ashamed.
Yeah, they fucking kill him, man, for fucking up the job, man. They got I don't know if there's any resolution because they arrest Chuck. Last time we saw Chuck as he was in the precinct, I guess getting grilled. And I think he was in on the joke laughing at Stallone like everybody else was. Because he got slapped by his woman, right? Punched. But I don't think we ever see him again.
Yeah. Tell me what you think of this. Stallone cologne. Hell yeah. Why didn't he ever do it?
Does it smell like a filthy Italian? I know. It sounds like it's just marketing's there.
Like fucking sex? Like fucking sex in a bottle? Like I'm gonna spray this on me, instantly grow like a fucking huge mane of beautiful Chad chest hair, a fucking great fucking jawline, and just get all the pussy. Amazing.
There you go. Stallone is jumping into the superhero foray. He's got this movie coming out called Samaritan, where I guess he plays like an old aging superhero that's like retired in some I don't really know what it's about other than that, but it's about like some little kid that seeks him out. You know, kind of like
should be called Comeriton.
Used to be Mel Clark. Yeah, kid used to be like one of those things.
Oh yeah. See, this is where he fucking runs. Mom, don't go. I love you after all.
And you know what's funny is the guy's not slowing down or reacting at all. He's like yelling and shit like that, and she's just like, "No, you were right, Joe. You were right." She's just like, I don't know.
Exactly.
The whole thing is really silly.
Fucking silly Billy over here. Fucking the writer of this movie was like, fucking, I'm at that part of the movie. What do I put? Fucking copy paste. And they do it all the time. I wonder if they give them like a fucking like checklist of like shit to do. Like, oh yeah, I want you to rewrite your script, and here's a checklist. Do it like this. Fucking put it into 3 fucking parts, all 30 minutes, depending on how long the script is.
I like it. Wait, hold on. Nobody's really reacting like they should to a guy that's manically screaming and chasing somebody down.
Exactly. He's dealing with his mother.
That guy's not even bothering to slow down. He's like,
see, like, oh,
you did?
Fucking, you do love me? Fucking, you want me to come back? Or you want me to fluff pillow? I thought I was doing the fucking voice from Tommy Boy there for a second.
There you go.
See, this is where the fucking real shit starts, where the porn and the mommy porn just fucking cuts in. It's like, fucking, now pull your cock out and hand it to me. Fucking, then it gets really sexy. They just do it right there in the fucking, what's it called? The airport.
That guy watches. Hey, so what's your favorite Stallone movie? I know you're not really a Stallone guy like I am, but what is your favorite Stallone movie that you've seen?
The movie we're gonna make, Stallone Cologne, about a fucking stone cold fox of a fucking man getting into this cologne business and fucking selling his name on a bottle of cologne.
No, seriously.
And it's all about the trials and tribulations.
Seriously, what is your favorite Stallone movie? Come on.
Probably one of the Rocky movies.
Probably the first Rocky. I think that Rocky IV director's cut is very close to coming out, which I don't know why you'd want to recut a movie.
It's a fucking terrible idea.
Recut the highest grossing movie in the franchise fucking 35 years later.
Is that the one where he's going to take shit out of the movie?
Yeah, I know he's taking out all the silly shit, all the 80s shit, but like that's what makes it so, because the movie's silly.
So basically the movie, he's just going to cut out the movie. He's going to sell us an empty disc holder.
Yeah. I
took out all the silly shit.
Yeah, like, I know Paul the Robot's not in it, but that's what he said. He took out Paul the Robot, but that's fucking hilarious though. Like I said, the movie's already like an hour and 20 minutes as it is, and half the movie is montages with no dialogue and him just driving and hearing. It's a MTV commercial for the soundtrack. So I mean, the script itself seems like it would have been like 18 pages long. So I don't know what he's gonna do to it. I don't know if there was additional footage.
But it's the Zack Snyder-esque 8-hour cut with fucking like a 20-minute extended ending of all new shot footage. It's gonna be basically another montage, but it's gonna be a montage à trois, where he's just fucking people in a montage. Like fucking he fucks Paulie, he fucks fucking Adrian, all of them.
It feels, sorry to interrupt, it feels really weird. Yeah, the pacing is a little weird because it feels like we should have already been at this part where Theo's in the house.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it feels kind of odd because Theo's in the house and he's going to get hit upside the head with a frying pan. And then he's going to be like that guy that's actually really cordial to old ladies and respectful, even though he's like a criminal selling firearms.
Mm-hmm. Look at this right here. Oh, that's a nice fucking Iron Cross you have on the back of your fucking vest there, Theo. I didn't realize you were a fucking Nazi. Fucking Theo the whole time. Fucking hanging out with our boy Pauly Shore. Fucking seeing all wholesome and shit until he fucking does that bullshit at the end where he fucking tries to get the Shore thrown out, the family, but like the whole time he's fucking Nazi. Very low T.
I mean, yeah, they date raped somebody. I mean, they didn't rape anybody, but they drugged them. How come nobody wants to press charges? You're fired.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, damn it! It was just supposed to be a joke. It was supposed to be a joke. You let them fucking throw everybody out, thinking like they what the what? That's some joke, Theo.
But like, even if your boss isn't gonna press charges, is Tiffany Amber Thiessen gonna press charges? Is Crawl gonna press charges? Is a girlfriend gonna press charges? Like, no, is anybody pressing charges here? I want to live in the movie world where like there's actually really no real repercussions.
Mm-hmm. Amazing.
Yeah.
Fucking Travis is a scumfuck.
Yeah.
Beta boy.
Anyway, so he's here.
Fucking big meat.
Why is he here? He's hiding out, right?
Mhm.
He breaks because he ain't nowhere else to go for some reason, so he comes here. Doesn't make any fucking sense.
Didn't he come here to like steal the gun back or something?
I don't fucking remember. I actually already forgot.
And I think our boy Stallone leaves, and then he's with her. They're alone, and I think he ends up kidnapping her, or maybe
No. He has nothing to do with it in the grand scheme. He is gonna go, but he locks her there with a felon. Look, he handcuffs her to this guy who was selling illegal arms.
Exactly.
And so, I mean, he's a nice guy, granted, but that she shimmies her way out right here, and then he's gonna leave. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go get my gun and leave." But as soon as he turns his back, she hits him over the head again and handcuffs him to like the guardrail, and then she leaves.
The Iron Cross was not enough of a red flag to our boy Stallone to not leave his mother with this person. He's like, oh, maybe he's just a big fan of fucking West Coast Customs, fucking Orange County, whatever it's called, fucking that guy. Fucking. Very low T of our boy. Fucking he definitely was not on his testosterone pills that day.
Hey, where's my gun? Like, hey man, I bought that gun off you, man. You gonna give me that? You gonna give me $350 back?
What's that fucking on his arm? That tattoo looks like fucking colored pencil or some shit. Fucking, they couldn't get a nice fucking Chad fake tattoo for a boy.
Yeah, dude. He looks uncomfortable to be in that guy's skin. That giant fucking protruding gut.
That's amazing. Fucking, I could only hope. Like, if I ever get fat again, I could only hope I get that big. Fucking like the big fucking Theo fat. Hell yeah.
Are we supposed to?
Because if you're gonna be a fat, you gotta be one of the all-time fats. You gotta take it all the way.
I'm willing to bet Theo could break out of that if he really wanted to. All he has to do is fucking kick that rail in.
Exactly.
Posting against, like, fucking break it. You could absolutely do it.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see Theo go head to head with Big John Studd, because his character in here is a lot like Big John Studd and what's it called, Harley Davidson, the Marlboro Man, which you still haven't watched.
We need a team up movie. I saw that movie.
Okay.
It's been a while though. Wasn't there like fucking ninjas, crime fighting ninjas in that movie or something?
No. It's got
fucking something goofy like that.
You're thinking Three Ninjas and Schneider. That's got it's yet another guy running illegal operations under the guise of being a banker. Tom Sizemore, just like in this. He's a banker, but he's running drugs.
They're not like ninja, like bikers or something?
They're a biker gang. There's nothing to do with ninjas. They're just like, you know.
Maybe I'm mixing it up with fucking Surf Nazis, that movie.
Okay.
I got Nazis on the brain now. Fucking it's Theo. Never would have thought. Fucking our boy Theo.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is where the third act starts on the fucking runway, because they're trying to get the fucking mom and they're trying to steal her because they want to hit that all night. They're like, fucking this biggity bam, this guy's got like the fucking hottest mom. We just get him to give her us, give us her, and fucking we'll just take off with her. We'll fucking keep her around like her fucking fucking. We just pass it to the left hand side, and he's like, oh they're stealing my mom, and he gets in the fucking thing and he's like chasing them. That's what I remember. And he decides like he's gonna try to cripple the plane so they can't fly away by just like running into it, and like he runs into the propeller. Like I was thinking like that would have been a better ending if like he drove through the propeller, it cut him up like our boy fucking what's his name? We talked about the killer director. And then fucking the movie just ended like just abruptly, like the abrupt ending on like fucking on the fucking American Werewolf in London. Even fucking they go full like fucking meta and just reference the killer director and then reference the movie he made, possibly one of his best movies. That's the way to end it. It'd be a big statement on like Hollywood and how it works, and like fucking we give these people rewards for making these movies, and sometimes they do scummy shit. It's a statement.
Yeah. Do you think it's the way the format is? It's funny. You could probably have seen this movie poster as a kid and predicted. Well, I can guarantee you, Zach, at some point in the movie, in the third act, that old woman on the cover with the gun's going to get kidnapped, and Stallone has to go rescue her.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's also part of something too that they always rehash. They should have did it differently. They should have had Stallone get kidnapped and the mom have to fucking rise to the occasion and go save him.
That's what they almost imply that, because the mom's like taking up and like, stop her, my mom will shoot. The mom is taking your job. She's doing like your job. Like, what the fuck? Is she gonna be the crime caper? She's gonna fucking figure out. She's gonna break the crack the case. But no, they didn't do that. Fucking see, he played chicken with the plane first. Luckily, he won.
Okay.
So
yeah, they don't get too far. They don't get too far. He derails them pretty quick, which I don't know. He's lucky that worked out in his favor. I mean, I wouldn't be convinced that he wouldn't get fucked up in this process of what he's trying to do here.
Exactly. It's like he he just know, like, is this twisted metal over here? He just knows this fucking car. It's not gonna fucking just be crushed or just instantly, like, yeah. Like, what if it, like, just all of a sudden fucking just destroyed his whole car, threw him off the road, he fucking went flying all over the place.
Well, they just tore the fucking front of that truck all up, like shards of metal flying everywhere. I mean, some shit would have went through that windshield and shit.
What if he accidentally killed his mom? Like, the fucking whole plane exploded. Like, oh, fuck. Would he just be like, oh, mom, I'm going to miss you? And it ends like that? Or is it just like, fucking, now all of his problems are gone? Like, fucking, now he don't got to worry about his mom anymore coming back.
I mean, we all know they ripped this ending off from Liar Liar.
Amazing. As you do. Fucking, if you're gonna make a fucking Stop or My Mom Will Shoot movie, like, fucking, oh, I got this vehicle. It's like fucking, Schwarzenegger with his mom as the buddy cop movie. It's like right away, there's like 3 things you gotta do. They didn't do 2 of them, but they did the third one. Fucking end it like Liar Liar. Fucking, but fucking a nut shot in the mom's face was not good enough to make it, I guess.
That banker guy wants to move, take his mom away from him to Boston to live a better life, and this is his last chance to tell his mom how he feels, and he can't let her go.
Mm-hmm. What do you think of Stallone with a cop badge in his belt right there?
What do you mean?
Just picture it in a spread, like on a fucking cover of fucking Hustler or some similar dirty magazine.
Why? Why would I do that?
I'm getting a fucking full on chubby right now. I'm getting it's doing it for me. Especially the blood on the side of his face, like he just got hit in the fucking head with a fucking golf ball or something. You don't know how it got there. Very mysterious.
Jean-Claude Van Damme did Playgirl back in the day, and my little brother bought that issue for my mom for Christmas, and I thought that was inappropriate and weird.
Oh, it's a beautiful thing. Now the mom, she got the gun. She got the fucking Clint Eastwood gun. Where'd she get that? Where'd that come from?
Yeah, where did she get the gun?
Is that just her personal one? Is that the joke? Like, oh, fucking, why didn't she just give him that one? Did you notice too, like, she cleans his gun with Clorox, and like, I'm pretty sure it was black before, and then she gives him like this silvered out chrome gun. It's like, was it that dirty? And he mentions like, fucking, I can't shoot this. You cleaned it with Clorox. It'll blow up in my hand. Is that a true thing? And fucking, like, you clean a gun with Clorox, it'll fucking explode. Very Chad.
I couldn't fucking tell you.
Now I know how I'm gonna commit suicide if I ever decide to. Fucking blow up my head and hand at the same time.
A fucking hand cannon.
Exactly.
Is that a fucking Magnum?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, if Resident Evil taught us anything, that was supposed to take his head clean off, no matter where you were aiming.
Exactly. See,
Resident Evil lied to me.
This ending right here, where like she says like, "Oh, that guy, go arrest him. I saw him on America's Most Wanted." I thought. Because at first he's like, oh yeah, mom, you're fucking stupid, shut the fuck up, get out. But like fucking, it turns out like he pulls out a gun because like, oh, he really is that guy. I thought he was gonna just fucking believe her, instantly tackle her, and then find out that like, oh, he was the actor playing in the reenactment on America's Most Wanted. That would have been funnier almost.
Yeah, I felt it could have went either way. Like it wasn't like she was mistaken, but
because they are in Hollywood, he could just be an actor.
Well, they're in L.A. It's not Hollywood. Hollywood is not L.A.
Los Angeles, ain't it?
Hollywood is within L.A., but not all of L.A. is Hollywood.
Look at that fucking sexy stud behind him in the fucking pink shirt. Wife beater.
Hey, remember back in the day when you could just walk through an airport with a big ass fucking automatic weapon like that and nobody stopped you? What the fuck?
Beautiful times.
You know what I mean? Like, what was this guy planning on doing? He was clearly at this airport to try and get on a plane, but he had a giant fucking hand cannon in his pants. How was he going to do that, you know?
Fucking very carefully.
Very carefully. Too many questions left unanswered.
See, now I remember why he was on America's Most Wanted. He shot his mother, and he smiles, and it does a pause frame, and it's like fucking stupid movie. What a hack. We needed that scene to end. He should have ended the movie by shooting his fucking mom in the head. That would have been a great film. This movie would still be talked about to this day if it would have ended like that.
No. Yeah, but anyway, I still say that it's not as bad as people claim it to be. I don't think it's as bad as Stallone claims it to be. And to me, it's just the typical fare of the day. There's a million movies like this. I don't really think it's any worse or better or anything like that. But Arnold did do it the best, though. Twins is it's not a buddy cop movie, but it's a buddy movie. And I think Twins is the best. It never gets old. It's the funniest. Which I don't know. Did we ever do Twins?
I don't know. I don't remember liking Twins as much as you seem to.
What? Twins is awesome.
It's been a while, though. It's been a while. I could be mixing it up with something else.
Junior?
Maybe.
Junior also has Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger, which was...
Fuck it, of course, Mac just said Junior is better. What a fucking... What a beta.
See, Junior is when this whole subgenre, I think, died and really officially jumped the shark. Where it's like, okay, now let's take Arnold and impregnate him. It's like, okay, exactly. We're going a little far with this... unlikely scenario movie thing.
Okay, this sounds too good to be true. Like they're reaching right into my dreams and fucking making movies out of them now, impregnating Arnold Schwarzenegger. Fucking me as a child, I was like, fucking hell yeah. And then it's nothing like I pictured.
Anyway, all right, so there's that. So what is your idea? What is it you want to do next week?
I was thinking about it. I might look and fucking weigh some options there, baby. It'll be a surprise. We always bring the surprises at the BTM show. We're all stars here at the BTM show, right?
I guess so. So we'll wrap it up. Thank you guys for joining us. Next week we'll have another surprise, as Zach puts it. And if you guys are new to the channel, please do all that normal shit. Please take a second to like the video, subscribe if you dig it. Also follow us on podcast free feeds. Leave us feedback over there. It helps us out immensely. If you guys want to help out any further, we do have a Patreon where $2 a month will gain you early access to all the shows, exclusive shows. Mac and Zach does exclusive episodes. I know Zach and I are doing Ash vs. Evil Dead, the entire series exclusive to Patreon, amongst other content over there. And then we do have a Teespring as well if you guys want to buy some swag. I hope we eventually put a fucking thinking about breaking your bones or whatever it was shirt. I think we can make it work somehow. But that's pretty much all I got, man. What else we got? What's Mac and Zach? Is there anything out that you got to push?
We're going to be putting out the fucking Space Jam commentary very soon, babe. It might be this next coming Monday.
And most recently, we dropped the Cinema Enema for our Nightbreed Director's Cut versus Theatrical Cut discussion. And I don't know what we're doing for our next Cinema Enema. I don't know if we talked about that.
The Truman Show.
Oh, Truman Show. We let our boy Plemke pick that because you donated your choice to Plemke.
Oh, yes.
All right. So I'll have to get that watched in the next couple weeks, too, to prepare for that. But that's all we got. Zach, you got any last words?
Fucking always shoot your nuts in mother's face.
There you go. I gotta go take some NyQuil. Fucking starting to wear off. All right, guys. Bye-bye, puppets. We'll see you later.
End of the week at the Revival House. Next month's theme, you gotta figure it out. Italian zombies or Pauly Shore. A slasher with a knife and the girl next door. And 1 second in, get it all queued up and ready, hit play in 3, 2, 1. Bye-bye, puppets. Zach Pete in a solo cut band. Couldn't miss Cameron's love and Josh Scott failed and Riverman's babe. Bye-bye, puppets. Sounds good, like this country used to.
Fucking amazing.